All right, let's jump right into this explainer and figure out exactly how to navigate the absolute chaos of the Buy Everything expansion. And we're going to do it without having to slog through a dense rulebook. Now, if you already know how to play the classic game, honestly, you're halfway there. All the fundamental rules of original Monopoly are exactly the same. But this expansion, it injects some serious unpredictability into the mix. So today, we're going to break down exactly how to set up the board, use the wild new mechanics, and ultimately crush your opponents. Here's our game plan for today. 1. Setting up your empire. 2. Rolling the buy die. 3. Mastering the sale cards. 4. New properties and rules. And 5. How to win the game. All right, part 1. Setting up your empire. So right out of the gate, every single player gets exactly $2,150 in starting cash. Now, that's a bit different from your standard game, so definitely make sure everyone counts out that exact amount before the first dice roll. It's going to give you a solid foundation for the madness that's about to unfold. Setting up the rest of the board is a total breeze. First up, just shuffle the extra title deeds right into your original deck. And you'll notice their purchase price is conveniently listed right in the top left corner, which is super handy. Next, grab the new sales vault and place it smack in the middle of the board. Then shuffle your sale cards, place 3 of them face out in the vault so everybody can clearly read them, and just drop the rest face down into the vault tray. Finally, toss everyone a reminder card, and boom, your empire's ready to roll. Moving right along to part 2, rolling the buy die. Okay, this is absolutely crucial to remember, the sequence of your turn. So you still roll the standard dice and move your token just like normal, but after you've rolled and moved, and right before your turn actually wraps up, you are strictly required to roll the buy die. Like, it is literally mandatory to roll it. However, actually taking the action you roll, yeah, that part is completely optional. You get to decide if the action actually benefits you in that moment. Let's break down the 3 possible outcomes on this die. First, if you roll the buy symbol, you get to purchase one of those 3 face-up sale cards sitting in the vault. You just pay the cost shown in the top left corner of the card, and then immediately replenish the vault from the top of the deck. Easy enough. Second, there's the X. This little guy allows you to discard one sale card of your choice from literally any player. And third, the yellow arrows. If you roll this, you can choose to discard a card from the vault, slide it under the deck, and replenish it with a fresh one. It's honestly a fantastic way to cycle out cards you know your opponents are dying to buy. Now here is where things get really spicy. That X action, because you can just discard any player's hard-earned card, it instantly opens the floodgates for ruthless negotiation and bribes. Seriously, if you roll that X, other players are completely allowed to negotiate with you, offer trades, or just straight up pay you off to prevent you from destroying their prize sale card. It adds this amazing, entirely new layer of table talk to the game. All right, on to part 3, mastering the sale cards. Before we even look at the specific card types you can buy, I need you to burn this golden rule into your memory. You are operating under a very strict hand limit. You can only hold a maximum of 3 sale cards at any given time. No exceptions. If you already have 3 and you want to snag a new one, you have to discard one of your current cards first. So you can't just sit there hoarding the deck. You have to be super tactical about what you're keeping. Okay, so the sale cards come in 3 distinct color-coded flavors. Red sale cards are your quick, single-use actions that you can only deploy on your turn. Yellow cards are awesome because they give you these continuous, ongoing abilities that you get to use for as long as you're holding the card. But the green cards, oh man, those are the dangerous ones. Green cards actually contain instant win conditions. If you can pull off exactly what the card says, boom, the game is over. Part 4, new properties and rules. Now, you can purchase any of the new property spaces when you land on them, sure, but they play by a slightly different set of rules. Unlike standard Monopoly properties where you slowly build up houses and hotels, or, mortgage them when you're completely strapped for cash, these new properties are strictly as is. You absolutely cannot construct any buildings on them, and they cannot be mortgaged to the bank. Also, when you or anybody else lands on a new property space, you have to immediately follow the unique effects printed right there on the title deed. But hey, take a breath. Amidst all these wild new rules, some familiar comforts and discomforts remain exactly the same. Passing or landing on Go still reliably nets you $200. You can absolutely still wheel and deal because these new spaces act like totally normal properties when it comes to trading between players. And yes, for sure, the go to jail space will absolutely still ruin your day. It sends players straight to jail, and hilariously, that even includes the owner of the space. And finally, part 5, how to win the game. You know how classic Monopoly can literally drag on for days? Well, thankfully, this expansion has two very definitive, hard stops. The game concludes instantly if the first player manages to successfully complete the specific conditions on one of their green instant win sale cards. But if nobody manages to pull that off, the game definitively ends the exact moment the very last property space on the board is purchased. So if the game ends via that second method, meaning all the properties are finally owned, you're going to want to grab a calculator. Because at that point, it all comes down to cold, hard math, and the goal is just to be the richest. You calculate your wealth in 3 easy steps. First, count up all your liquid cash. Second, add the printed purchase value of all the properties you currently own. And third, actually, this part is really unique, you add the total amount you would collect from rent if someone were to land on those properties. Add those 3 big numbers together, and the richest player at the table is crowned the ultimate winner. From pulling off a sudden green card victory to literally bribing your way out of a buy-die penalty, this expansion completely flips the classic game on its head. You know the rules, you know the crazy new mechanics, and you know exactly how to win. The only question left is, which of your friendships are you willing to ruin to buy everything?